Atiku Abubakar is asking Peter Obi to be his vice. In this age and time, you are calling Peter Obi that has an obedient movement to be your deputy.
Atiku offers Obi vice president role in one-time deal. This is the report flying around in all social media platforms. President Atiku Abubakar may have offered 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi a vice president role in a joint single-term ticket. Reliable multiple sources involved in the coalition efforts who requested anonymity due to a lack of authorization to speak on the matter told The Punch that the proposal was initially discussed during a meeting between Atiku and Obi early this year in the United Kingdom. The insiders disclosed that Atiku has committed to serving a single full-year term and Obi has agreed to be the former VP's running mate. However, the ex-Anambra State governor was said to be working to secure the backing of his core loyalists. In the 2019 presidential election, Obi served as Atiku's running mate under the People's Democratic Party, where they lost to former President Muhammadu Buhari of All Progressive Party, that is APC. On March 20th, Atiku, Obi, former Kaduna State Governor El-Rufai and others in Abuja announced the formation of a coalition to challenge President Bola Tinubu in 2027 election. The announcement sparked widespread debate about the prospects of opposition unity and political stakeholders, expressing varied opinions. Nearly 2 months later, Nigerians are still waiting to hear from the political leaders, as both Atiku's PDP and Obi's LP remained mired in internal political crisis. A party chieftain privy to the political permutations told The Punch that Atiku and Obi has come to an agreement and are now in the process of consulting with their loyalists. He said, "You know that by this time next year, by May 2026, almost all parties would have unveiled their presidential candidates for the 2027 elections. So the coalition move is mindful of that. The leaders have all agreed that it's only a coalition between Atiku, Obi and others that can wrest power from Tinubu. So they are crossing the T's and dotting the I's to finalize this." Atiku and Obi met earlier this year in the UK. That was where Atiku first mooted the idea of a coalition and urged Obi to be his running mate. Then, Obi asked for time to think over it and consult his loyalists. But recent developments show that Obi has accepted to be Atiku's running mate, and Atiku has also agreed to serve a single full 4-year term and hand over to the former Anambra State governor. They have both agreed to sign a written agreement if necessary. Obi is trying to get the buy-in of his loyalists before this is formally announced. When questioned about the political platform they intended to use, given the crisis in both the PDP and LP, another source revealed that they are considering the African Democratic Congress, ADC. The crisis in PDP and LP is frustrating. While they are both making efforts and waiting to see if the crisis can be resolved in favor of their camps, they are both looking at possible political parties to run on. The Social Democratic Party was part of the plans before now, but it seems the ruling APC has also infiltrated the party. That is SDP, right? So they are tilting towards the ADC. As a matter of fact, some of the loyalists have been meeting with the ADC leadership and others have quietly joined the party. So, if things do not favor them in LP and PDP, they may join ADC. Atiku's media aide, Paul Ibe, said he could not speak on the agreement reached between the two opposition leaders. Ibe, in an interview with The Punch, stated, "I know that His Excellency Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi have been talking about the coalition, but I cannot speak on the specific agreement they have reached. All I can tell you is that both of them are focused on ensuring that they build a viable coalition that will be robust enough to accommodate diverse Nigerians to unseat the clueless APC government in 2027. A loyalist of Obi and the National Secretary of the Coalition of United Political Parties (UPP), Peter Ame, declined to comment on the single four-year term agreement, but clarified that the former Anambra State governor is working with others to resolve the crisis within the Labour Party. In response to the Punch enquiries about whether an agreement has been finalized for Obi to be the running mate, Ame simply said, "No comment on this one until I speak with my oga." He continued, "My position on this remains that for us to defeat the APC, we must follow the rules of engagement, so we don't allow Tinubu to become the landlord in the southern part of Nigeria when we have somebody who can defeat him effortlessly. We are in the LP as we speak, and that is the option available to accommodate everyone, because you cannot sleep in a hostile environment and expect to succeed. We know that there are hostile conditions created to undermine Peter Obi, but he is still in the Labour Party and is committed to making sure we get the APC out of government in 2027. As for the LP, the Supreme Court has spoken and Abure's term has elapsed, so they can't put something on nothing and expect it to stand. LP must survive." When reached for comment on the question of Atiku Obi joint ticket, the national coordinator of Obedient Movement, Yanusa Tanko, stated that no such matter is currently being considered. "As far as I'm concerned, after I met with him in Benin, there was nothing of this nature on the table. He has not shared with me any of this particular issue, neither has he called nor talked to me about it. In fact, not too long ago I spoke with him. So there is nothing, as far as I'm concerned, to confirm that such a discussion is on the table at the moment." The ADC National Chairman Ralph Nwosu confirmed that discussions are ongoing with all stakeholders involved in the coalition efforts. "I believe all these things are a way to coming into 2027 election, and guys, it will be a very wonderful development if Atiku and Obi will work hand in hand, like they will work together and come in. Atiku has a huge supporters, especially from the northern part, and Obi has his own huge supporters from the Igbo side. And these are the two major tribes that, if they should stand up now, any decision they take will stand in Nigeria. But because of what happened in the last election, everybody is just looking for his own pockets. 2023 election, everybody, Atiku was busy trying to gather his own, Obi was busy. If the two of them should come together, if this coalition is true, although it's still 50-50, we don't know whether it's still true or whether it's false. But if the two of them will come together, guys, they're sure gonna win. It's still like whether it's true or false, we are yet to ascertain, okay, whether it's true or whether it's false, or whether, because some people are still saying, just like Paul Ibe, the media aide to Atiku, he said that he doesn't know, or maybe he knows but he doesn't just want to talk. So we are just waiting and hoping for the best regarding Atiku Obi coalition. So guys, share in your thoughts and your views in the comment section, and see you all in our next video. Till then, bye.